Yo, welcome to the Flex Zone. It's your man. It's your boy. It's your host. Your friendly reminder, Jay Henson. And we are back again with my brother, the amazing Dr. Orlandis Wells. How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, if I was any better, I couldn't stand myself, brother. So I'm good. I'm doing pretty darn good. I'm doing fantastic. Much better now I'm speaking to you, brother. Much better now.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. And you know, I think the joy that I get from this is the last conversation that we had. I actually ran into some people that had checked out the show, and while they was telling me about it in an episode, it was a father and son. He was asking me what I had coming up. I said, well, I just did an episode with Dr. Orlandis Wells.
Yeah.
He said, well, let me look at it. He stood right there in front of me and pulled it up and everything. And just from that episode right there, they was able to make some adjustments in their lives.
That's awesome.
Father and son, get to see a doctor based on some of the information that you provided. So I was like, yeah, we definitely need to do this again.
That's what's up, man. That's why I do what I do. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's why I do what I do. That's why I do what I do. Educate. Yeah. Absolutely. Love it.
And that's I think when it comes to I always try to keep this open because I don't want to lock this into a certain ethnicity or a certain culture. So this is information for everybody.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to health wise, the name of the episode is Doc, what should I do? And that's the thing that's what we come and see you for.
Absolutely.
We want that question answered on every level when it comes to every aspect of our being, our health, the importance of our existence for being here. We need doctors that understand us and understand the reasons why we go through certain things that we go through to give us those answers.
Absolutely. 100%. And that's why you have insurance, and those who don't have insurance, that's why they need answers. They want answers. And unfortunately, sometimes we've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I hear in my practice when people consult with me how they're frustrated. They are going to these doctors, they're paying money, some paying out of pocket, and they still, your labs are normal, everything's fine. I understand you can't lose weight. I understand you're tired. I understand you can't sleep. I know that the headaches, I get it. But the good news is that your lab's normal. People are like, man, that's not what I need to hear. So I walk into, they tell me I leave the office and I'm frustrated. And I'm no better off than when I went to see them in the first place. So I get a lot of that. But we'll explore some of those things that men can do. And women, I know it's want to keep it for general for everybody. But it's some common denominators that we all can do. And it's not just doctors need to be, we get so stuck in a rut because we trained a certain way. This is what I know. And I don't blame them a lot because if you go outside the grid, I can't tell how many times the medical board been calling me. Hell, shit, I got another one right here. Every time you do something outside the board, outside the gap, they always want to know, well, what's going on? Because it's not standard of care. Yeah. And that's the problem. Everybody, I'm like, well, if they're a bunch of idiots and killing people, why would I follow what they're doing? So, so it's doctors are practicing defensive medicine. And it's all about, I don't want you to sue me. Don't sue me. I'm going to do the bare minimum. So I'm going to try to help you, but don't sue me because I'm not going to go above and beyond. I know I can do more, but everybody else is not doing it. And if something happens, it may not be any fault of mine. It could be something else you're out there doing or some other doctor's prescription, but you're going to blame me. And they're going to say, well, Dr. Wells, that's not what we do in the community. Why did you do that? Well, because research shows that this will work. Well, we don't do research. We do standard of care. So it's a whole big conundrum right there that I can go into. I'm always fighting with them about stuff. So you just got to be a rebel, man. I'm just a maverick. I'm just out there. So, I stay in trouble, unfortunately.
So with that, I think that comes from, because we really wanted to talk to, and this is, even though we say it's for everybody, we really want to talk to the men because the men aren't for everybody. Like we have a place in this world. Oh, absolutely. Where you need us and we need y'all, but we also need to be healthy, and with that, it comes, we need those support systems. So were you speaking from the challenges that you face as a doctor and the things that you go through generally on a day-to-day basis, fighting for us, fighting to be able to provide medicine, answers, the answers from the research to the people that rely on you and not just, oh, you can come see me and I'll throw you something. And then you leave with the same problem.
The first two things, when I was trained, the first two questions I'm thinking, as you're in there talking, I'm listening, but I'm not really listening. I'm listening to make sure my preconceived diagnosis, because I'm listening for two things. Number one, what diagnosis does Jay have? Yeah. Number two, what medication can I give Jay for that diagnosis I think he has? And that's it. That's the only two questions your traditional medical doctor's looking at. What do you have? What can I write or prescribe for you? Or I'm a surgeon, or can I can I give you this? And I know it's not going to work, but I'm going to just do it for like 4 weeks. Then I'm going to take you to the operating room. That's just how we were trained. Yeah. So it sucks, but that's the truth. So people are screwed out there. They're really screwed, but we're going to fix that today. We're going to fix that. Now, I'm going to empower these men, them to take that. Because like you said, the man is the head of the household, regardless. I'm not against feminism. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Yeah. But the man, so our mental health, our physical health, our emotional health, those things, we have to take those things, because if I'm healthy in my household, then I'm going to lead my family, because I have to be the leader. So my health is going to affect my family. And if you're a single man, so my health is going to affect my friends or my colleagues or whomever I interact with on a day-to-day basis. So men have to be the example. So if I'm going to be the leader, then I can't just lead over my wallet. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I can leave my wallet. Yeah, everybody want to see a couple of dollars. Well, it's more than a couple, but they want to see something. I can lead with that. Yeah. I lead here. I got when I walk, I got to stop eating the junk food. I got to eat right. I got to exercise. I got to let my kids see me getting out, doing things to be healthy. So I have to be the example. I have to be the example that I see, that I seek in others. So my children and my family can follow, my wife. Everybody can follow my lead as a man. Yes. So that's what's important for the men, and not just our families, our communities. If you're not married, community. We have to be leaders in the community. Why we can't lead with health also? Yeah,
that's good, bro. That's good, because when you talk about, we talked about this in the last episode. When you talk about the communities, when you talk about going outside the home, we generally do the thing that men do, real men do in home. We generally do that, but when it comes to the community, you don't have that many men that step out in the community and actually lead by example. Yeah. And one of those things comes with being healthy.
Absolutely.
Setting that healthy example.
Absolutely. You can't be out there marching and walking in the neighborhood trying to get people to do right, and here you can't breathe, and you can't take 12 steps, and you trying to catch some air, and who's going to listen to you? You out of shape, and I'm just saying, if I'm trying to tell people y'all need to get out and move and exercise, and I look a hot mess, so no, nobody's going to. You have to be you. I have to eat my own cooking. I have to be that example of what I'm trying to get everybody else to do. Yes. In my practice, I have to men that I take in my practice. I can't go in there overweight. No, I said I've got myself in shape, so I can't be talking health and wellness, and I look a hot mess. So how can they listen to me? How can I be an authority to get them right if they look at me like, "Well, Doc, I hear what you're saying, but man, look at you." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah. So what are some of the when it comes to men? Let's deal with this. Yeah. What are some of the risk factors that we run into aging? When you start hitting those late 30s, 40s, what are some risk factors that we should be aware of?
I got you. The fact you stop at 30s and 40s, I'm in the 50s so group. So yeah, I guess I'm just over the hill then, right? So
and 50s and 60s.
Yeah, that's over the hill, right? So I just rolled me out in the wheelchair. So things you're gonna get. First of all, let me tell men, as far when we're gonna get to the things that's gonna affect them. Let me tell you how to prevent some of these things. First of all, men, stop being so proud. Go to the doctor. Go get a checkup. Even in your 20s, go get a baseline. I tell right now, men worry about testosterone. That's a big thing. Well, my testosterone is low. Is it really low? Where was it when you were in your 20s? So get your annual checkup. I know most recommend they say, men first checkup, unless you're sports way or health or work physical, 30s. They recommend starting at 30. No. Get it in high school. Get it in your 20s. Get baseline stuff done. So if stuff happens, I know what's going on. So I recommend all men at 21, no later than 25, get a general annual checkup with all the blood. All your hormones, especially testosterone. You want to know what it is, because those are your peak days. Because your peak days, if it's 1,200, now down to 100, you in trouble. But if it was 400, now you're down to 100, maybe that's not as bad, right? Yeah. So 25, make sure you get all your stuff done. Then we get around 40. No man wants to hear this. You got to get your prostate checked. You got to, especially black males. And I know this for everybody. For black males, you get prostate cancer things earlier. So I call it the finger wave. Don't be afraid. Don't be all macho with, man. Let no man put his finger away. Get you a woman, an Asian woman with a skinny finger. But get checked, right? So get your prostate checked. At 45, get your colonoscopy. It used to be 50, but now they moved it back to 45. Get your screening colonoscopy where they check for colon cancer. So now, those are some basic, and you know, get your thyroid, testosterone, get your blood work, blood counts, cholesterol, all that stuff checked along the way. But major testing, so for colon cancer, you can do a Cologuard stool test, 45. Everything starts at 45, not at 50. They moved it 5 years up. So
was that because of how high the rate was?
yeah, they started catching colon cancer in men earlier and earlier. Not just black males, white males. They started catching it. Or there were younger men that were coming down with colon cancer. I think I talked to a GI specialist. He told me his youngest patient was 29 that had colon cancer, advanced colon cancer. Wow, look what we're eating. What do we put in our bodies? What are we drinking? What are we breathing? What are we eating? So our environment, and I always tell people, you cannot supplement your way out of a bad lifestyle. You got to clean up some stuff in your life, right?
Yeah.
So he said, so what men, as we get older, what do we have to look forward to? Well, heart disease. So as we get older, all testosterone levels start to drop around 30, 35, it starts dropping. So we know testosterone for a man is our hormone of life. So the chest muscles, the guns, and it's virile and sexual and all virility, vivacious we are, makes us men. But as we get older, it starts declining. So guess what? Man boobs start coming in. Weight gain, especially around the belly fat, low energy, erectile dysfunction, which is huge. And that's starting to come. I get guys here in their 20s with erectile dysfunction. Like, dude, in my erectile dysfunction, only dysfunction was I was asleep and I couldn't do nothing, right? So, but you're a young man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How you coming in with erectile dysfunction? So those are things that I look for. Heart disease rate goes up, diabetes, weight gain, high blood pressure, which is hypertension when they're on hypertension. But the big thing for men, besides the heart, because in erectile dysfunction, so if I can't have a morning erection, what the guy said, you should have morning wood every day. You should pitch a tent every morning.
Every day.
That's a problem.
That's
I don't care how old you are. That's a problem. And instead of being embarrassed, because men, we're so macho, and we're not going to talk about, yeah, man, I can't get up. I'm having problems satisfying my old lady or whatever you into, man, whatever your preference is. No, we don't discriminate here. So if I'm having issues, that could be a first sign that I have heart issues, because the heart has to pump blood. You got to get blood flow down there. So if I'm not having an erection, maybe I don't like her no more. Maybe she don't look good to me, right? So it got to be, maybe but if that's not the case, and you can't have morning erection, that's an early symptom. That go get that check. You could be having some heart problems with circulation issues that's not getting in. So diabetes can affect it. High blood pressure, because it makes the arteries stiff, because you got to have relaxed blood vessels to stretch and allow the blood to open up the arteries, right? Or the veins, whatever, open up your arteries. So if the heart's not pumping, you can't get the blood down there. Yeah. If I have hypertension, heart disease, I can't get the blood down there, right? So those are the bigger things that we have to look. So the prostate cancer, the diabetes, the heart disease, erectile dysfunction. Those are some of the things, the low testosterone. Those are some of the major things we have to look for as 30s and 40s. They say, but I guess us 50 guys, we just may able to go to the nursing home, right? According to you. So, but that's what we have to look forward to, unfortunately. Yeah. But you don't have to look forward to that, because by doing proper planning and health things, we can prevent that. Now, you're going to have some normal progression of aging. That's normal. But we can slow it down where it's not so, it doesn't destroy you. Yeah. Or it's so dramatic, right? We can prevent some, we can slow some things down to where and then we have to supplement, maybe you need a little testosterone to keep me young and viral and vitality, might keep it up there, right? So, but if not, so just like I say, you can't supplement or take medication or hormones out of a bad lifestyle. You got to clean up the lifestyle too. That's number one.
Yeah. So when it comes to the prostate, the colonoscopy, what would be the proper age? What is your last time you talked about your sweet spot? What would be the age that we really need to for the younger guys, for the 50-year-old, the 60-year-old, because as we age, I done hit 46. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like figuring out some things about my body that's just not aligning with maybe some of the stuff that I'm eating, right, or not having the best workout regimen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what are some of those preventative measures when it comes to erectile dysfunction? A lot of guys do get caught up in that. You talked about that also in the last, when the wood ain't working, when you can't please your woman. That could be and also a insecurity.
Absolutely.
and could tear away at you, to the point to where it leads to depression and all kinds of other things, So what are some of those preventative measures that we could take as men leading into the future to be better at this?
Well, number one is your diet. You got to cut the sugar out, man. You got to cut the processed food, the junk foods out. You got to get rid of that processed sugar. I call it white death. You got to get rid of that sugar. Some people like a carnivore. Some people like an all meat diet. Some people like keto. So you got to eat more whole foods, natural whole foods. If I want to be vegan, but I don't want to get the vegan junk food, chips, potato chips, beer. That's all vegan. French fries. That's all vegan, right? But healthy whole foods. If that's vegetables, so fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds. If you want to do meats, that's fine. Red meats, seafood, whatever you want to do, just make sure it's clean. If it has a commercial, I wouldn't eat it. For the most part, if it has a commercial. So the processed stuff. So the big thing is sugar. Get that sugar out of your diet. There's no need for added sugar ever.
Yeah.
Get it from your fruit. Get it from fruit. Get it from things like that. So get your natural sugar. But that added sugar, in the middle of the grocery store, I tell people, try to avoid those aisles as much as you can. Shop on the periphery. What's on the periphery? The fruits, the vegetables on the periphery, the meat departments on the periphery, right? And some decent frozen stuff like the dairy and cheese on the periphery. So the inside is all the processed junks, like the cereals and the chips and the cookies and all that crap. So that's number one. Clean up your diet, and do it gradually. So, I know sometimes you can't go cold turkey or something. But unless you're really sick, then you need to stop it. If you're diabetic and you can't get off the soda pop, you got a problem. You need to get off that soda.
Yeah.
Number two, then get some form of exercise. Move. Just move. If you don't want to go to the gym, that's fine. Go walking. 30 minutes. If you got time, 30 minutes, an hour a day, get the steps in. Just move, man. I don't care what it is. You don't have to go to the gym. Don't have to be a regimented exercise. Just move. Yeah. Do something, right? So that's So nutrition and exercise. And then think about environment. So plastic. So if you can, clean up your environment. So be aware of the rubbers products, the plastics, and all this these chemicals that we put in our bodies. Your environment. So nutrition environment. You got to watch your environment. So there's all kind of chemicals out there. That's why I say be careful of the processed foods. They have a ton of chemicals in them. So I got to be careful what I'm putting in my body from a chemical and what I'm exposed to. Smoking, drinking, alcohol. So those chemicals like that. So I ain't saying you can't do it. I wouldn't smoke. I don't know what people get out of that. But if you're smoking, that's whatever. But the drinking, a little wine here, red wine here, there, that's fine. Just be careful, be cautious, be moderate. Get your labs checked. Follow up. Get you a doctor that listens and follow up with your doctor so you can get your annual blood work.
Yes.
Be preventive. Don't wait till it's too late, because a lot of times you come to us jacked up, but you want us to fix it within a few weeks. Yeah. It ain't gonna happen like that. You've been messed up for years, so don't expect a miracle. But if you nutrition, take away the sugar, move, straighten up your environment, and stop doing things, smoking, drinking, and a lot of even recreational drug use, marijuana, whatever. So you got to be careful of those things, man. So what you put in your body's going to put out to you. And so that's the key right there. That's how you can prevent that stuff. And go get your routine checkups. Continue to get your routine checkups. Right?
Wow. Because you touched on so many things in this short time. You've touched on so many things. When it comes to, I think, the everyday life and the things that we do, it's like the new norm.
Yeah.
The sugar, all of the sugar. What kind of role do you? I don't even know if it's fair to ask this, but I'm asking. Do you think society play a role in?
Oh, absolutely. The food industry is one of the most powerful industries out there, man. So they spend millions of dollars, and they got scientists creating food in the lab to make you addicted to it, so you want to keep on buying it, right? So of course, the food is big pharma. Not big pharma, but the food industry it's out there, man. That's why it's commercials. It's so many. That's why I say if it has a commercial, you probably shouldn't be eating it. But the food industry is huge, and they hire these people to make you addicted to their foods, so you can continuously consume them. They have they have investors, they have stockholders that they have to answer to. So if I'm a stockholder in a food company, I want my dividends for me to keep my money in your stock. So it's not about the consumer, it's about the investor. Yeah. So, but that's just not just with foods, that's in medication, that's with everything. That's in business, in jobs, and tech. It's about the investors and not about the end user, which is us, the end user.
Yeah. So So we're gonna get. We've talked about the food and the unhealthy things.
Yeah.
There's another common denominator here that is killing, especially in our Black communities.
Mm-hmm.
It's killing
Yeah.
stress.
Stress. Oh yeah.
Stress.
Stress. If we dealing with men, if we talk about men, if we want to stick it to the men, we want to talk about the Black male.
Yeah.
We are very stressed because we've always had to go out and be the providers. We always, we always get this, we always get the short end of the stick
Yes.
that, you're violent or you're aggressive
Yeah.
or, and the society's made it well. They want the women to be single. They want the women to feel like they don't need the man, but we need each other. That's a shame. So
For
it
real.
is stressful on the Black male out there, especially when you see, unfortunately, you see some of these shootings and stabbings and murders. I mean, they keep saying Black on Black crime. That's only because they cover it more. Actually, it's more white on white crime because they're the majority of the population. But that doesn't make news. That's not headline.
For real.
But the Black male is under so much stress from outside, job, just being Black and just being anywhere and just being accused of things, just being Black, just living in your skin.
Yes.
And so then you come home to a frustrated partner and you now got stress out there and I got to come home to stress.
Yeah.
So where's my peace?
Yeah.
So Black men, you have to find your peace, whether it's I sit in my car for 20 minutes before I go in the house. Maybe I go take a walk. Maybe I sit in the park, or maybe I just just listen to some, whatever. You listen to music or whatever. You have to find stress relievers. It could be taking a walk, read your Bible, pray, meditate, whatever you want to do. You got to find an outlet. Talking to somebody. Hopefully that's your spouse and they're being supportive. But if it's drama there, so sometimes you just need to be to yourself. Just go take a walk. Just do something to relieve the stress, because stress does kill.
Yeah.
Stress causes inflammation. Any chronic disease you want to think about, Jay, whether you're male, female, black, white, orange, yellow, whatever.
Yeah.
Inflammation. And it's the stress. And the stress I deal with people is not that my wife's acting crazy, my kids stupid, they just tripping, or they in jail or whatever. It's these internal stresses we have. And I tell people when we look at blood work, one thing I do is I say, I know you have stress out there. You're going to have stress. The kid's going to act up. The job going to be, the boss going to be tripping. My colleagues, I don't like them. But it's these internal stressors that's really taking us out. And I use a blood test where people check the blood count. I look at some different things. Those internal stress like infections, inflammation, parasites, these things, these internal stressors that's wreaking havoc inside the body, which makes me not feel good, which makes the stress outside magnified, and I can't adjust, I can't handle it. So we need to start looking at these internal stressors also, and not just the external stressors, because stress does kill, and not just the externals, but those internals, when you get those infections that's brewing and you don't know what's going on, they build up for years, those kill too. So we always think externally, but we got to look internally also.
Yeah. What are some of those warning signs that you know that it's because sometimes we're not able to put our finger on the problem, and even sometimes we go to doctors and you'll go to this doctor, that, and you just end up running around. What are some of the warning signs that you get that it's because what we're talking about, everything is wrapped up into health. The community, you as a man, you as a Black man, it's so damaging to us because, just like he said, we get the shorter end of the stick. No matter how hard you work,
right?
No matter how good you are, no matter how you got your seatbelt on, how you drive the speed limit, it's always a hazard.
Right.
Being a Black man, and sometimes that take a toll on us. You talked about, you said internally, that takes a toll on us internally to where it don't really manifest,
right?
And nobody see you go on a decline. Nobody notice because you always know how to show up. You know how to show up with a smile. You know how to show up energetic. Not that nobody knowing that you're on a decline.
You fake it till you make it. Absolutely, you fake
it till you make it.
Right.
And what are some of those warning signs? If you could help us with that, because it's sometimes it's unidentifiable.
Yeah.
When it comes to people.
Right. And it depends on what warning signs looking for. It depends if it's a warning sign for a disease or process. But some warning signs, I'm tired all the time. I find no pleasure or joy or excitement in things that I used to. I can't sleep, or if I do sleep, I'm waking up multiple times throughout the night. I'm gaining weight for no reason. Maybe my hair is falling out. I'm depressed. I cry all the time. maybe I'm craving salt or sugar. People forget I'm craving salt and sugar. Or maybe I'm crashing in the afternoon. I need a nap in the afternoon. There's so many other things out there. From I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating, I can't handle stress well, or like I said, I'm needing a nap all day. I can sleep all night, but I'm still tired. I can sleep for 12 hours, wake up, I'm still tired all day. So, or like I say, the weight gain, especially men, we hold our stress, and women, we hold our stress in the belly.
Yeah.
So you hold your stress in the belly. So if I'm gaining weight, especially in my belly, that means I'm not handling my stress appropriately. So
Yeah.
those ones, if I'm getting chest pains, if I'm like, man, did I just pull a muscle or something? So sometimes, but that burden could be some little mild chest pains. So
Yeah.
I'm anxious. I mean, like I'm just wired. I'm anxious. I'm just thinking I'm doom and gloom, thinking somebody trying to get me. So it just depends on the situation in the individual person. But those are some of the common things,
Yeah.
especially with the fatigue, the weight gain. I can't sleep. I'm not eating, or I'm eating too much. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm crying all the time. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. I just can't relax around people, or it's a whole lot. I need a nap in the afternoons. I'm gaining weight in my belly. So those are some of the most common warning signs that you see, but there's a ton of others. Depends on what's going on. If I'm a diabetic, if I have heart disease, or it just depends if I have cancer. So there's so many, or it could be weight loss. I'm weight loss.
Yeah.
Sudden weight loss without trying. You know what I'm saying? That could be a sign. I'm stressed. Do I have cancer? What's going on? So all those things could be warning signs that something's not right. So but like I say, most people, especially men, we plug through because I got a family. I got to get up, and no matter how I feel, I got to get up. I got to go to work. I got to make sure I take care of feed these people in my house. So I'm going to ignore the warning signs. I'm just going to go. I can have blood in my stool. It could be my urine stream may not be strong. So it could be anything, or maybe I'm constipated, or maybe I got bad diarrhea. I'm just thinking, well, maybe something I ate. But it just could be because men, because we got to take care of the family. The man is supposed to bring home the bacon. So we can't let this stuff stop us. We got to go get the bacon.
So when it comes to some of those situations that you just spoke about, especially blood and stool or blood in the urine, some of those things that we don't just go tell any and everybody.
Right. And erectile dysfunction. We talked about that. So maybe I can't. I don't have the desire. My sex drive is down because I'm stressed about life. So I got a beautiful woman laying next to me, but I don't even think about doing anything. So she think I'm cheating. So she may think what is he doing? If not me, then who? You don't touch me. It's not that I'm going through. Yeah. But you need somebody to talk to. So you need somebody to talk to work through it. Stop being so bold, man. Stop being so private.
And guys, when it comes to erectile dysfunction, I want to deal with that for a little bit because I think
that's big.
Yeah, that's big. When it comes to that, sometimes guys can be so embarrassed because you're not functioning properly. You have the answers, right? I don't care what country you're in. You could be in one of the healthiest countries out there. There are still some people that need this information.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to the erectile dysfunction part, I think some guys some guys maybe some do escape it, but most guys go through that. When it comes to that, can we start with the mental first?
You got to start with the mental. Absolutely. I love what you said that. That's why I was thinking it could be, I call it could be psychogenic. It could be psychic, psychosomatic. It could be in the mind. Number one, maybe I'm not attracted to my partner. Maybe we be fighting and fussing, so maybe we're not getting along. So the last thing I want to do is, I think I want to have sex, but I won't perform because I really don't like her anymore, or I don't like when we fight, or I'm not attracted to her anymore. So that's going to affect it mentally. So that's the mental. Or maybe I've been stressed out at work and I got so much in my mind I can't pay the bills. We about to lose our house. I'm struggling. I can't think. So that's the last thing. So mentally, I can't get the desire to want to perform. So that starts. That's psychogenic. That's in the head. That's psychogenic in the head. And then of course, let's come down to the pump. So the heart has to be healthy enough to pump the blood flow out throughout the body. It has to pump it from here and take it throughout the whole body. So now, just the heart could be healthy but maybe the blood vessel, because they had to send the blood somewhere, so the blood travels through blood vessels, arteries, to go to wherever you need them. So if I have atherosclerosis, which means I have plaquing in my blood vessels are thick and damaged, or from high blood pressure, they're not as stretchy, because the blood vessels should be stretchy so they can dilate and let blood flow go in. So maybe they stiff. So I can have mental good, Heart's good, but I got damaged blood vessels. Maybe I have too much calcium. We call it. You should, every man or woman, you should get your coronary artery calcium score called CAC. You should get that to see what, because that's how much calcium is in the blood vessels that makes them stiff. So then I can have stiff blood vessels. So then there's medical reason, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes. So I can have those medical conditions, or maybe I have radiation treatment from cancer or chemotherapy. That can affect how my body works, right? So you got that. So then there's hormones. As a man ages, his testosterone gets me my drive, my desire. Yeah. So if I'm having issues with testosterone from stress, inflammation, or whatever, or aging, then I can't have an erection with my testosterone not being optimal, right? So from the brain to the heart to the blood vessels to the disease process to maybe the penis has been damaged. There's diseases called Peyronie's disease. There's a plaquing in the penis where it just is stiff and you can't get the blood work stiff, can't get the blood flow through there, and it doesn't work, right? And it's painful erection. So who wants to have a painful erection?
Right.
There's diseases, right? You got your ST, you got your sexually transmitted infections, right? So those can affect performance of erectile dysfunction. So starting from the root, I said, to the tutor, there's air. You gotta. So when you just a man, you walk in with erectile dysfunction, you got to take all that. What medications am I taking? Certain medications can affect erection, like blood pressure medicine can affect erections. So how are my hormones doing? My thyroid, my testosterone. Do I have high blood pressure? So get my vitals. I got to check my blood sugar. Am I diabetic or pre-diabetic? So I got to get all these things worked up and not just say, I just got to give me a shot of testosterone so I can take care of my old lady. It doesn't work like that all the time, right? Because you got to find out, okay, that may work for a few months, but eventually, like, doc, give me an extra dose because it was good and we was happy. So now I'm tripping again because you didn't solve the problem. You got to go to the problem, the root cause of the problem. Unfortunately, in most medical practices now, they don't have time. You only got 5 to 7 minutes with that doc, and he don't have time to go through all the stuff to really research and figure out, to talk to you, figure out what's really going on. So when you come in to have erectile dysfunction, okay, Jay, erectile dysfunction, how long has it been going on? Okay, cool. All right, have you tried anything else? No. Okay, I'll tell you what, let me give you the prescription for Viagra or Cialis and try these. And if you don't, come back in 3 months and let me know how it works. Or it don't work, or let me check your testosterone. Testosterone, so you can stay on the Viagra and Cialis. Just let me give you some testosterone on top of it. Okay, now that's not working. What do I do now? They just going to focus on the problem. They don't have the time to see if your blood sugars are normal, your stress levels are okay. If the inflammation markers, are they out of whack? Because maybe I'm inflamed and my body's not receiving the medication. So you got all this stuff that's going on. But in a traditional practice, they don't have the time to go through that with you, which is why you see a lot of concierge doctors popping up. And myself, we don't take insurance. Why? Because I want to be able to sit down my first visit an hour with them, so figure everything out. Yeah. And then boom, now we come up with a good plan, and now we off to the races, right? So because you have the time to talk and put things together and to find out, do a little medical detective work is what I call it.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that is. Y'all getting this information from somebody who know and understand the human body and how these things work and how they function. And sometimes, guys, listen, I know this is something that can be really, really embarrassing, especially when you're trying to perform. Hey, let me tell you something. Get somewhere and sit down.
Yep.
I just want to be real with you. Get somewhere and sit down. Get your situation figured out.
Right.
And before not to even encourage nothing or whatever you do, but what's most important is that everything is flowing right. Everything is good. One thing I do, I make sure I give my body the vitamins that it needs daily. I drink my water. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I eat outside of what I should be. I'm gonna be real about that. Right. But I also move. I'm moving. The other day I did just 5 miles, just constantly moving, and getting a light walk in, so just those small things can really, really help. Not internally, but what's on the surface until you figure out what's really going on or get to the meat of what the real situation is.
Absolutely. You got to get to it. I'm glad you mentioned about the water thing. I forgot to mention, you need to be hydrated, man. You need to drink half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you're a 200-pound male, you need to drink 100 ounces of water throughout the day. So if you have trouble, it's going to take some time. You're going to be peeing like a racehorse, but that's all right because your body's holding on and storing water because you're dehydrated. So you need to get your water in. And don't get all that flavored water with that sugar and stuff. Just get you some regular. You can get filtered water, distilled water.
Yeah.
Anything like that, right? Alkaline water, if you want to, I wouldn't waste the extra money, but just get you some good old filtered water or distilled
Yeah.
water, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Half your body weight in ounces of water daily.
Yeah, and with that, I don't know if I say anything wrong. Make sure you correct me. Sometimes when it comes to your blood pressure, once you start peeing, you getting a lot of salt out your body.
Absolutely.
You know.
You're releasing that water. That's why most times it starts on the blood pressure. Man, the first pill is a fluid pill because once you release that excess water, they know you're holding on to potentially excess water. So if you give your body the water it needs and you start peeing, the body says, "Oh, he's hydrating, so I don't need to hold this. I can let this go." So you hold on to water. So that's the way to do that.
So basically, if you treat your body right, your body gonna do what it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. It'll take care of you. If you take care of it, it'll take care of you.
Yeah, Doc. Before we left the last time, you gave us some food. I've done research myself. I think from my recent doctor visits, they always tell me I'm pretty healthy. When it comes to my heart, me as a person, I do have some issues that I deal with that I really need to focus on more. Yeah. But overall, it's just not. The last time I went a couple of weeks ago, the doctor told me that it's not to the point to where it's really a concern, but it could get there. It could get there. If I keep doing what I'm doing, it could basically get there.
So why is she going to wait till you get there? Why is she not intervening right now so it doesn't get there? So why we not prevent it? We want to wait. Okay. Oh, now you got a disease. Now I need to come and help you. Why we can't prevent it before that? And a lot of that, I just told you, when they look at your lab, they say everything is normal. I'm going to start doing a master class. I do it for practice. So now I'm teaching doctors and nurse practitioners to read labs like I do, and don't just look at the normal VAS, but read what I call optimal, because even inside normal labs, there's another range inside it. Say if it's 2 to 20, less than 2 going to show up low, greater than 20 going to say high. So you're going to see that on your traditional doctor's lab report. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't tell me anything. I need to know how am I different from the 400-pound man that's getting his blood drawn before me and the 90-year-old woman who's going in after me. So blood work is regional. So I'm in the Southwest in Nevada. So my reference range is different than you may be in the South, and I think you're in Georgia, right? You're in Georgia. So the South may be different, or the Florida, or New York, or Seattle, Washington. Those ranges are different. So how do I know how I compare to a healthy population? So that 2 to 20 example may be the optimal ideal, may be 9 to 15 inside that range. So if I'm 3 to 8, I could potentially have symptoms like I'm less than 2. Or if I'm 16 to 19, I could potentially have the same symptoms as if I was greater than 20. So when I tell the doc I'm feeling this and he run the labs, he said, "Well, Jay, everything's normal." But because I'm in the 2 to 20, but I may be outside the 9 to 15, where it's a functional, I'm in dysfunction. I'm not in disease just yet. So if I can catch you in dysfunction, I can prevent you from getting the disease. Wow. And so we've been teaching nurse practitioners how to read it, but I'm going to start doing a series probably in the beginning of the year for patients. I'm going to start doing some free master classes for them, and then I'm going to get them to where I'm going to teach them how you look at your own blood work. CBC, lipids, cholesterol, just basic thing, thyroid. And so when you go to your doctor, because I can't take care of the whole world. So when you go to the doctor, you say, you can ask better questions. Well, doc, I'm feeling like this, and this is what my labs are showing me. I know you looking at it from high or low, but I need to look at it from dysfunction or dis-ease before I get to disease. Right? I need to get it at that point. So I'm going to start doing that for patients. So I'm going to teach them how to read labs and to be able to ask better questions so they can catch things before. Like you said, the doctor, well, it's not bad. You right there, but if you keep going, we're going to do something. Yeah. Why can't we do something right now before it gets
Right. Wow. That's amazing. And it kind of make you look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? When you talked about the last time, I know I keep saying it because the last time was a really powerful episode. Yeah. And you said something about the doctors that care and the doctors that don't care. When you have somebody that's just not even being paid, just creating avenues and paths for you to get information or for you to be able to read your own or do your own stuff without having to go through and deal with all of that, that's passion. That ain't just a job or just so I can live in this neighborhood or drive this car. That's genuine concern about the patient, about your practice, about your staff being able to do exactly what you do and how you do it. So another question that I really wanted to ask that was given to me to ask. women go through menopause and all of these situations.
Mm-hmm.
Do men on the other end have those cycles that?
Yeah, we go through it too. Ours is called andropause, ANDROPAUSE, or viral, VIRO pause, because men we're viral, mean we're rough and rugged. But we go through, it's called andropause when our testosterone levels drop, like their hormones. We go through that. Some men can get hot flashes, they get night sweats, and hell, I'm a Gemini, so I've been moody my whole life, so we can get mood swings. We can get we can get the weight gain, we can get the hair loss, we can get all the same symptoms as women get, but ours more gradual. See, theirs come on like a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah.
Ours may be a tropical storm, a grade 3 tropical storm. So ours more gradual. Theirs is boom, they're sweating. They're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm dying. But ours is more gradual, right?
Wow.
It may be that I'm getting a little sad, I'm not sleeping, or I'm a little extra moody, or like I said, I'm starting to have erectile problem. So ours gradual, but women, theirs quick. But yes, we do. It's called andropause. We do, men. We can get a form of menopause. It's called andropause.
That's education, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's education right there. Last thing before we go. Sure. You gave us those foods, and I know a lot of people are researching. I researched it myself. Mm-hmm. Foods that would help with, when you try to cheat your way through. I don't have any health issues, but I actually, and I hope the person don't mind me. Somebody asked me, because I do take a lot of vitamins and I do drink a lot of water. Things that will keep you healthy and being able to function.
Right,
guys. If you're waking up in the morning and you don't have that erection, bro, let me just be real with you. This is outside of just a general podcast and all this. If you're waking up in the morning and you do not have that, see a doctor. Right. Please see a doctor, because that's just like he giving you the answers, just like a hack. This is a real life hack. So when it comes to the foods that we can depend on, what are some of your favorites, some of your go-to foods, and why? Okay.
Of course, fruits. Like my blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, lemons, bananas, apples. I love fruit because fruit has natural sugar. So if I'm craving sugar, so I get my natural sugar from fruits. I love vegetables. I like all kind of vegetables. So asparagus, zucchini, cucumbers, avocado, beets, eggplant. I like them all. Cauliflower, broccoli, sweet potatoes, beans or legumes, what they call them. So beans are great. Beans are great for protein. They have the fiber, and they're great in their filling. But but I like fish. Peas. I like nuts, seeds, so like pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, nuts like walnuts, macadamia nuts, almonds. So nuts and seeds, which give me good healthy omega-3s in those nuts and seeds. I get omega-3s, but I like fish too. So salmon, omega-3s. I like all types of fish, even some seafood. So I do some seafood. So those are things. You can do some chicken and turkey, but you can get some red meat because there's some benefits of red meat. So everybody thinking red meat causes cancer. Stop that. No, it doesn't. So red meat in moderation is not. It has a lot of good. It has all your vitamins and nutrients in there. So you can get most of your nutrients from good food. So your grass fed. It can't just. I mean, get what you can afford. Get what you can afford. If you can give the pasture raised pork, the grass fed beef, free range chicken, if you can do all that stuff, cage free eggs, if you can do that, great. But if you can't, do what you can afford, right? Yeah. But get more fruits and vegetables into your diet. You cut out the artificial sugars, things like the sodas, a lot of the pastas and the rice, and they're okay, but just moderation. So I just wouldn't do them all the time. Of course, the junk food like the cakes, the cookies, all that good stuff that we like. Yeah. But I'm even right now sour candy, but I refuse to eat it. I'm not going to make myself do it. I'm not going to do it. I've been doing well. No. So just those sugars and some of those artificial sweetness, like it's sweet and low and stuff like that. So stay away from that stuff. That stuff is poison, man. So stay away from that stuff. So a lot of starchy stuff. So white potatoes and corn. So, but here's the trick with rice is called resistant starch. And even bread, if you cook the rice and put it in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours, 24 is better, and then reheat it, you actually taking away some of the risk of the starch raising your blood sugar. And the more you freeze it and reheat it, the more you do it, the less and less that it's going to spike your blood sugars. Even with bread, put it in the refrigerator, freeze it when you get it, and when you take it out, toast it, because you've knocked off some of the dangerous stuff. It's called resistant starch. And that's by the time you do that, it gets to the gut and actually feeds your gut the good stuff. So that's just a little life hack. That's a nutrition hack.
Yeah.
For carbs, for rice, especially with the starches, it's the freezer. You
Yeah.
can heat them up. You take away some of the bad stuff away from them. So,
Wow.
but that's some things that. But fruit, vegetables, good clean meats and things like that. So nuts and seeds, those are some of the favorable foods that I would be looking at.
Doc, I wanna say this, and if y'all from Tallulah,
Sure.
off Griffin Street or Gale Street,
Gale Street, baby, you got it.
look, I want to. I ain't trying to throw Miss Riola under the bus now, but we used to buy them cookies in Dixie cups, like
100%, 100%. We stayed there, absolutely. So I'm guilty. I ain't always been good. I ain't always. Hey, look, we all got to pass.
We started early.
We started early. Yep, them Dixie cups and those cookies. You got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Miss Riola started selling them cookies three for $1 and all of this, and man, we get over there and get us a Dixie cup and a cookie.
Absolutely.
And a Faygo drink. They don't know about the Faygos.
They don't know nothing about it. Man, that was some memories right there. That's taking me back. That's taking me back right there, homeboy. That's taking me back. Yes, sir.
Man. That's us piling up over Rufus' house and Vale's house.
Yep.
Everybody piling
up. Little lot right there.
Yeah.
Right
there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just a little nappy head hanging out with the big guys.
It's all right. It's all good though. It's all great.
Yeah, we family, man. I appreciate that community, man. I appreciate everything that we got from it. You know what I'm saying?
Life, baby.
Family for life.
That's it.
Yeah. So, Doc, before we go, tell them where they can find and talk, if you just want to just get into that camera and talk to, because you had a really, really big impact on this show the last time you was on. So if you just want to give them something from your heart and tell them where they can find you at, that'll be great.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys got a lot from this episode. I know we went over quite a few scenarios. I want you to, if we talk about creating a legacy, generational wealth, it doesn't always have to be money.
Yeah.
Let's get healthy too, because health is the new wealth. I can have all the money. What does it profit a man to gain the entire world yet lose his soul, right?
Yeah.
So I can have all the money in the world, and if I'm I'm spending it on medical bills. And so my health has to be. So why not start teaching our kids? Like our parents taught us, we didn't have all this junk food back there. They let us get like the cookies in the Dixie cups every night. But if I can leave something to my children, how to take care of their health.
Yeah.
And be preventative, be proactive. Don't wait until it's too late. The doctors are busy. They're only going to do as much you want them to know. So you be your own advocate. You be your own patient advocate and get out there. Don't leave without your questions asked. Yeah. Be forced. Don't be disrespectful, but make sure that you get your questions answered. Health is a new wealth. Leave a generational wealth to your family with health. Of course, leave them some money, but leave them health. Yeah. Good, healthy practices and habits and guidelines that they can follow. And so get out there, be proactive, be preventative, go to your doctors, find out what you need to get done when, do those health challenges, do all those things, do those health, the guidelines, do at this certain 25, 30, 50, whatever years. So follow those guidelines and do what you need to do. So that's my word for you. Don't sit and don't suffer in silence. Be proactive with your health. I'm at the Hormone Therapy Institute. So I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. My website is currently undergoing construction. We're trying to redo some stuff because with our new lab testing analysis stuff we're doing. Yeah. So, but I'm at the Hormone Therapy Institute. I'm located in Henderson, Nevada. My phone number is 702-568-6108. If you need any help, any questions, you can reach out to me. Our email address is support@hormonetherapyinstitute.com. So if you have any questions about what we talked about, you want me to look at your lab for you just to give you an idea, feel free to reach out to me and maybe we can get together and do some work together to help you pass on that generational wealth of health for your family.
Yeah, that was a lot of information, guys. I'm grateful for it, and it's stuff that we learn each episode. When it comes to our health and how to take care of our bodies, I saw firsthand what it does. When you go against everything that he just said, I saw my whole family witness firsthand. When it comes to health and wealth and not just being able to provide finances when you leave this world,
right?
Because that could be ran through in an instance if they're not trained properly how to manage money and all of this and that. But what you teach them,
that's right.
What you teach them, that's what get us where we need to be in life. Doc, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, bro. I can't say thank you enough, for real. And y'all got the information. The information will be on the screen, you know, once we get done editing and the show is released. I'm always grateful for this guy. He literally been in my life my whole life, you know, a big brother, you know, and to be getting this kind of information, something that this is not something that you could just hear and go. This is something that tomorrow you could start making adjustments to your life.
Absolutely.
Small adjustment. He just told you don't have, it's not an overnight thing. Small adjustment. Man, I hope and pray that you took this for what it's really, really worth. And see a doctor when it comes to a colonoscopy, when it comes to your prostate. All of those things are really, really important. So, and then I want to say again, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you to all of our listeners. This is one of the new shows that's going to be on the new season. The relaunch of our show. We've been now for 30 days, so we now have the episodes we need to go full blast and moving in the direction. I want to say shout out to our sponsor, LifeShare. LifeShare they start testing the app next week, and it's launched in January. I want to say shout out to my bro Mike for providing that resource to us. Shout out to our Entrepreneurs of Faith, our masterclass up under the leadership of Mr. Gerald McPhail here in Georgia. I appreciate everything that you guys pour into us. Shout out to everybody that give us an opportunity to stream on these platforms: Apple, Pandora, Spotify, Deezer, everybody. Thank you to Riverside FM for giving us the opportunity to have somewhere to stream at. Bro, I hope we get a chance to do this again in person the next time.
You got it, brother. Anytime. You let me know, my man. You let me know, brother.
Yes, sir. And I definitely we'll have some content for maybe Monday. You know, we'll get a chance to kind of push some of these clips out to you know, just to let people know what's coming, because the last time it did have a really, really, really big effect, and I'm always grateful for that. You know, we from Tallulah. I don't know if y'all know that, but we from Tallulah, Louisiana.
Yes,
and I'm really, I take pride in that, because you could count on probably one hand how many doctors. Not just maybe a little exaggerated, but it's not that many that come from where we're from. You know, so I take pride in that, you know. So again, I appreciate it, and we're gonna get on off here, and I'll hit you up here in a little bit, bro.
For sure, bro. All right, take care, bro.
Okay, you too, bro. Love you.
Yeah, bro. Love you too, bro.